Yo, what is going on, guys? Savage here. Today I've got another tips video that I've been working on for a little bit, and I think is going to be very important for new players and even intermediate players. Intermediate players, maybe not so much, but there are a few tips in here you guys might not be aware of. Now, before we get into it, guys, if you haven't followed me on Twitch yet, make sure you do so. The link will be in the description below. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up because you're going to enjoy this for sure. And as a side note, yes, I am wearing the same shirt as yesterday's video, but I am recording both of these videos on the same day, so hence the same clothing. Now let's go ahead and dive into it, guys. All right, guys, we're gonna start with the basics, and I'm talking about parachuting. Now, parachuting is pretty commonly known if you're a professional player, if you're a good player, but if you're just now getting new into the game or you just haven't really jumped far from the plane, this tip will be good for you. All right, guys, first, of course, you're gonna identify where you're going to float to, and then secondly, you're gonna identify the distance. Now, if it's a far distance, a lot of people just go ahead and they ixnay that landing spot. They're like, no, let's land somewhere closer. However, you guys want to get more wins, I always recommend landing a little bit from where the plane's at, just a little bit of distance, so there's less targets and you have more time to get search objectives and things like that to rack up on money and get your loadout. So let's pretend you're gonna fly somewhere far away from the plane. You want to use this technique. This technique can get you basically halfway across the map and then some. So of course, you're gonna jump from the plane, and then as soon as your guy starts to put his gun away, you're gonna pull your parachute. Literally just have it pulled for a quick second. I just pulled it and then instantly release. And then when your guy releases from the parachute, he's gonna have his gun out in front of him and you'll be able to shoot, right? Well, you'll notice your character puts his gun away slowly. Once he puts his gun away slowly, that means you're losing speed. I don't know why it's like that, but that is a fact. Once your character puts his gun away, you instantly wanna rip that parachute cord, pull that parachute and instantly cut that bitch and do it again. You kind of rinse and repeat this thing to where you pull your parachute, pull out your gun, as soon as he puts it away, pull your parachute, pull out your gun, as soon as he puts it away, and just keep doing that over and over. It's pretty simple. It's just 2 buttons. Just really just kind of get the balance with it. Very easy tactic, and you can go a pretty good distance. I'm going to go ahead and timestamp every single tip that's in this video. If you guys want to go down into the description and look to see what you might be interested in, just go ahead and fast forward through the video, guys. I'm sure there's something in this video for you. All right, guys, tip number 2 is going to be about looting. Now, way too many players, and when I say way too many, I mean way too many players. Of course, I'm just guessing here. There's no analytic proof, but I'm going to assume 70% of players are doing this wrong. And what I mean is you are looting way too long. If I ever loot, it's usually for 60 seconds max. I mean, I do not loot for shit. Why? We're going to get into that in the next tip, but basically, you don't want to loot that much. You want to get objectives. You want to find kills. You don't want to sit there and keep looting and looting and looting. At the end of the day, guys, all you need is 2 weapons, ammunition for both weapons, and plates. If you have 3 plates and none in your reserve, that's okay, guys. Start working your way to your next objective, whether it's a bounty, whether it's a flag. Don't worry about going from building to building to building to building just on the chance you might get armor. Which brings us to our 3rd tip, guys. Go after objectives. I said this in my last tip video, but I want to reinforce it in this one as well. Go for objectives. It's the easiest way to get money fast. This way you don't have to spend all your time looting. Why? Because now you have money to buy plates, to buy loadout stashes, to buy anything you need. Activision didn't throw in objectives just to make it more fun and have more things to do. It's an actual strategy that they developed and tested in order for players to achieve more kills and get more wins. Next time you're on the map and you see these little flags and these little searches and little bounties, guys, don't just go past them, pick them up. There's rarely a time that me and my squad do not have an objective of some sort to do. Now, whether we decide to bail out on that objective or go for it is a whole different question. Of course, there are scenarios you want to kind of bail out, and we'll get into that in a second. But guys, go for objectives. That is the main key. Some people are like, oh, Savage, you said go for objectives early game. No, go for objectives always. You just want to get the early games done because 90% of the time, if you stretch your parachute and you land somewhere with objectives to do, there's not going to be many people around you. You can sneak these objectives without ever even getting shot. This is the first step you should do. It's the easiest pro tip I can give you. It's doable by anybody of any skill level. You don't need badass accuracy. You don't need complete map knowledge, just basic common sense, guys. Objectives are the best source of money. Yes, you can go around killing people, but how many times have you wiped team after team after team and you leave empty-handed with just $2,000 or $3,000? And because you've been fighting, now you have to use that money to replace your plates if the other team did not have plates, or use UAVs and get ready for the second one. Guys, the more objectives you obtain, there's a multiplier to where you get more money. So if you do one objective, you get X amount of money. When you achieve a second objective, you now get a multiplier on top of that money, which gives you more money than the first time you got it. Basically, every game we try to go for 5 flags, which gives us an obscene amount of money. We are always at the end of the game just buying UAV after UAV after UAV, advanced UAVs, airstrikes, this and that, and we're virtually unstoppable. Yes, this may hinder your high kill games, guys, but if you're watching beginner tips, you're not worried about high kill games. You need to be focused on the simplest aspect, winning. This is the best technique, guys. go for objectives, whether it's flags, whether it's searches, whether it's bounties, whatever the case may be. I definitely recommend flags or searches. Leave the bounties for later on in the game. At least your first two objectives should always be flag or search. All right, guys, so for our fourth tip, we're going to talk about tunnel vision. Guys, stop tunneling on targets. Of course, when you're shooting at a guy, you want to stay focused on him, but keep scanning your screen. When I'm shooting at a target, I'm looking at the target, I'm focused on him. I'm also using my peripheral on the monitor to see what's around him and what's around me. And also, guys, if you get shot at by an enemy while you're shooting another target, don't just thug through it and shoot that target. Bail off of that fight, go reposition, armor up, heal up, find out, scan the playing field, see what your best play is, guys. You have to know when to bail from a fight. I'm not saying just hightail it and run away. I'm saying just kind of back off, get behind some sort of cover, kind of reanalyze the situation. So instead of there just being one guy, now there's two or possibly more. Guys, use your brain. Think. You can take a second to sit back, be like, okay, I messed up. Let me pop these plates real quick. Let me think about that. There's a guy to the right, guy to the left. Which one should I kill? Which one would be the easiest target? Was that guy out in the open? Was that guy behind cover? You need to start analyzing situations. Now, I'm not saying just sit there for 5 minutes with your notepad trying to figure out what to do, but because by that point, you're already going to be dead. Guys, don't tunnel vision. Just because you have a guy cracked, if you get shot at, you need to bail off of that fight and reposition and get a better location. Do not die for that kill. That does nobody any good. Your teammate's going to be down a guy now. Whether you're down or you're dead, they're still down a man. Your KD is going to tank, so if you're fighting for KD, that's going to be out the question, and now you're risking the win as well. If there's any advice I've ever given, please listen to that one, guys. If you're getting shot at by another target, bail from the guy you're shooting at, transition to that guy, put a little bit of pressure on him, or bail out of the fight completely. All right, guys, so for the fifth tip, and this is kind of personal preference, but I'll give you some good reasoning on why I think you should do this. But the fifth one is going to be buying a self-revive before you use your gulag. Honestly, again, it's personal preference. A lot of people like to save their gulag for in-game. But again, if you're using these tactics, the objective is to not ever die or go down. The objective is to pretend like you have one life and play your one life like you have one life. This is something too many players get comfortable with. They're like, oh, I have self-revive. I'm just going to YOLO this shit. No, don't do that, because even if you get down, you're probably going to get executed. Or, oh, I have a gulag. I'm just going to go in. No, don't do that, because then you're just going to waste your gulag. You still want to play smart, guys, even if you have self-revive. But regardless of the situation, the fifth tip is going to be don't buy self-revive if your gulag is still available. The main reason, guys, is trust your gulag. Guys, practice the gulag. 1v1s aren't the most impossible thing ever. I win about 80% of my gulags, and if you guys want me to do a video on how to win your gulags, it's real simple. And I'll make a video on that. It won't be long because gulags aren't long fights, but I can do that if you want. Guys, get proficient with your gulags, win your 1v1s, and come back. Save the money. Don't waste the money, guys. There are so many more things you could utilize that money for. Not to mention, if you just have the money and you die, guess what? They can buy you back. Granted, you're not going to get as much money as you lost, but I'm sure your teammates got some money they can scrounge up and buy you back. I feel like self-revive is more of an in-game strategy. Usually early game, people are playing aggressive, people are spread out, so if you go down, you might not get executed from the team you're fighting, but you're probably going to get executed by the third party in bed. He's sitting in the tower with a sniper rifle looking at everything going on while he's safe and cozy in his little house. You see what I'm saying, guys? Save your money. Don't get self-revive until you've either A, use your gulag, or B, it's getting late game. And when I mean late game, I mean like second to last, maybe third to last circle. Or of course, when the gulag closes. Guys, you just don't want to bet against yourself. You got to go into this game with confidence. This game is based a lot off momentum and things like that. When you're winning and the vibes are good, guess what? You're playing better, the mood's set, and you're having a great time. You'll have a better chance of getting more wins. Whenever you approach something with confidence and know-how, you're going to perform better. And tip number 6, and this is last tip because I feel like it should be common sense and I shouldn't put this in a video. However, I see people do this shit all the time. Don't solo squad. There's really not much to say about that. For some reason, everyone and their mom decides they want a solo squad. I can 1v4. No, you can't. There are very few players that can solo squad. Very few. You might get a squad wipe here and there for sure. Absolutely. But I think not even all the top 1% players in Warzone could efficiently solo squad. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying your team gets wiped, you're by yourself, there's a 4-man about to kill you, run away. Of course you can reposition and get a better location, buy a teammate back. Of course, that's for another video. I'm not saying don't fight it out and try to 1v4 them. For sure, absolutely. If I'm by myself, dude, I'm gonna try to go for it. I'm gonna full send that shit. But if you have your team up and your team's in one location and you're running off a different location because you want to go for that solo squad, you want to go for that sick clip, bro, don't do it. You're like an idiot. Don't do it. If you're watching beginner videos, guys, this isn't for you. Now, I'm not trolling anybody. I can hardly solo squad people. I can get lucky every now and then, but I am not a good solo squatter either. What I'm trying to emphasize is, guys, stop trying to be a hero. play as a team. This is a team-based game. Now, if you're playing solos, whole different story. We won't even get into solos. But if you're playing as a team, guys, stay with your team. Stick with the team. Stop running off the solo squad and get the sick-ass clip and kill chase and things like that. If you guys were kill chase and you were at that level to do that, you wouldn't be watching these videos. Now, I'm not saying the people watching my videos are garbage, but we're all trying to learn together. But look, guys, that is it for my 6 simple tips. Again, guys, if you have any questions on certain scenarios or different advice you would like for me to give, please leave a comment in the section below. I will answer each and every comment. So if you have any concerns, accusations, or problems, please let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. But guys, y'all have a good one. Good luck in the Warzone. Please take these tips, remember them, and try to utilize them, and let me know how it works for you. Does it help your gameplay? Is it making it worse? Am I just a fucking idiot? Let me know in the comment section. You guys have a good one. I'll see you next time. Yo, guys, what's going on? I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you follow us on Twitch. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you guys want some more content, man, check out one of these videos. I'm sure they're dope as fuck. Not sure what they are. YouTube, what's that one? And what is that one? I don't know. Click it and find out. But guys, follow us on Twitch. I'll see you guys in the next video, boys. Peace.